hello, and welcome to the Cup TV, the Currently Unnamed Podcast, where we put the real and the tea in reality. And you can always come to us first to quench your thirst. I am your girl, Lana, your resident evil diva, and I'm here to give the tea, spill the tea, and drink the tea because you know I loves me some tea. Purr. Yes, yes, I am back where I'm supposed to be because I'm here again. And I do have my cup mug. I know you guys like, yesterday you didn't have it. I do have it now. I'm back where I'm supposed to be. And I remembered to grab it. But I got my cup mug. And you can get you onto atlantageescreations.etsy.com. That link will be in the description below. And if you look to the right of the screen, there is a QR code. It'll take you right to the shop. You can favorite the shop, like the shop. And then, tell me when you get the merch, take a picture, send that to me. That'd be fun. Love to see it. And yeah, we do ship internationally and domestically, so there are no excuses. Get your cup merch, period. And thank you.
Hi, my name is Charlotte, or you call me Ri, and I think,
Risa, I don't have much to say today.
yeah, no, not like yesterday.
It's fine. We don't always have to have re-rents every week, but
No,
I really encourage a couple of re-rents this
yeah,
season. It just does my heart well to have re-rents.
yeah, yeah.
But we are
Only
here.
when it happens. Yeah,
Look, only when necessary. I get it. I
yeah,
get it. But I love it. We're here. We're talking Australian Survivor episode 15. And, you know, this episode was interesting,
yeah,
yet satisfying, yet annoying, all in the same thing. I don't know.
yeah. I liked it, and yeah, uh, yeah, especially just storyline wise, I think they really got it this month.
Hmm. I think I feel where things are shifting to, which I
Yeah,
like.
yeah,
Um, so I'm here for it. I'm here for it. Um, but before we get into it, we're going to talk about it. But before we get into it, I would love if you all would do us a favor. If you're watching this for the first time, welcome. We truly appreciate you watching. Thanks. There's some love for you. But if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to the channel because we are giving you all things competitive reality television from Australian Survivor to Survivor 50, House of Villains, and Fear Factor House of Fear. We are going to be diving into more shows coming up in the very near future. New shows are starting, new shows are some shows are wrapping, new shows are starting, and we're going to start talking about all of these shows. So we hope that you will be interested in joining us for all of these recaps that we're going to do. And if we don't talk about a show or a full recap here on this channel, don't you worry because we still talk about everything from American Idol to The Voice to The Masked Singer, Extracted, and um, I think it's a new dating show
yeah,
coming out that we're going to start
right.
talking about. Love Overboard is going to happen, but we cover all of that on our weekly reality roundup recap show on Sundays. So be here to check that out. It's myself, it's David, and we throw in some few special guests from time to time. When people want to join and talk about their favorite reality moments of the week. So join us on that show, on that channel, and it's every Sunday here. So, like I said, subscribe so you know every time we put out a video because we're going to put out lots and lots of videos. So, check out the content all the time. Follow us on this channel and all of our other channels. All the links will be in the description below, as well as our audio podcast links, our Patreon links, all of our socials at The Cut Pod on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Blue Sky. So, check us out. Thanks. Let's get into this episode, Ree, because mm, people are feeling really good about what they just did. It was moves that were made, and I understand the feeling of like we pulled that off. We did
Yeah,
our big one with that. It's like yes,
yeah.
I
But if everyone is starting to have that feeling, then what move was actually made?
right. I mean, you got out rich.
Yeah.
Good for you. I mean, good for you. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, not this is not slighting Rich in the slightest, but I'm like, he wasn't the power player of the
No.
tribe. So it's like you took out Rich.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Good.
Cool. Let's see how it goes from there.
Right. But they felt very good about it. We had Mark and Simon and Brooke and Keely like, yeah, we did that. We took out Rich. Period. Yes. We got them newbies. And then on the other side, you have Ben and Jackson like, oh, Rich is gone, but we still did what we needed to do. And we
Yeah.
still here. And I'm like, yes, that's the problem. They're still there. Honest to goodness. I was so wildly flabbergasted by Mark being so impressed and so happy that he took out Rich when Ben was right there. You know he's the head. You know he's the one running the revolution. You know he's the one coming for you. But you take out Rich, who could easily be swayed to your side if push came to shove.
Yeah. I kind of laughed at that. Like, okay,
I
cool.
laughed at it too. I laughed this entire episode of that. And I was like, okay. I just laughed. I just laughed because what? I mean, I get you are happy that you stayed. And
Yeah.
absolutely you should be happy because you did that. You played your idol successfully. And
Yeah.
not a lot of people do that. So you played it successfully, you stayed, you lasted one more day, but you took out somebody who
Could have come back to you
could have
more
come back
likely than
more likely
some other
than the
people.
people you left in the game.
Yeah. Yeah. Because like, yeah, you hate that he's a swing vote, but that means he can come back when you want him
When the
to.
pendulum swings,
Yeah.
pendulum swings both ways, and sometimes you
Yeah.
take it and you use that when he's swinging your way, and when
Yeah.
he's not swinging your way, then you make moves to try to get somebody else so he will swing back. Like,
Yeah. It's just and it's just usually if someone in the minority barely escapes a vote, they at least
mm-hmm,
make a comment like, "Well, I'm glad I'm still here. That was way too close for comfort.
mm-hmm.
I really need to do better now." Yeah, I can't remember if they said anything like this.
No, 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 no. It was very much like we did our big one, and that's just it. Like, but then we still had to do damn, like he did come with the
Yeah,
little, hat in hand moment because he knew just because he escaped this time doesn't mean he's gonna always escape. He doesn't have an idol now, and so he's
yeah,
feeling a little, left out. And so he does go to Ben and he does go to Jackson, and he's just like, well, mostly Ben, not Jackson, Ben, and he's like, hey, I think we could work together. And Ben is like, you want to work together with me, the person who you know was trying to come for you. He was like, I think that would be a great idea, which is not a bad idea for Mark.
no,
It's a horrible move for Ben if he
yeah,
took that offer. It's a horrible move for Ben. It's not a
yeah,
bad idea for Mark. But Ben is like, but you want to work with me because, he was like, I think we could do some damage in this game and people would not, see it coming. And I'm like, I would see it coming a mile away.
yeah,
All of a sudden, Ben is no longer talking about Mark,
yeah.
but Ben goes, well, let me make you an offer. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. It's room in our camp for one returning. One.
Mhm. Or-
You can decide if you want to be that one. And I was like, ew, Ben. Ugh,
I just,
ugh, ugh.
I
Now
just,
you think you're the godfather up in here? You think you the king sitting on the throne up in here when you were just at the bottom 2 days ago? What do you?
Yeah.
I here's okay. We do have a group chat amongst us for the podcast, and in our group chat, we had David says that he's so annoyed with Ben and Jackson and their arrogance, and I agree. That's disgusting. It's annoying. But you know what's also annoying? When Mark did it, when Keely did it, when Simon does it, when Brooke does it. I don't like it when anybody gets the
No,
power a little bit and then they start acting like they're the king and queen of the castle. Just like, you can go. We dismiss. What? Like, I will, the North never forgets
no.
when Mark was doing that same thing to Tez, when Mark was doing that same thing to Jackson, I mean Johnson, the
Yeah.
North never forgets. So this, I'm like, I'm annoyed when all of them do it. It's aggravating. It's disgusting watching them feel like they don't understand Survivor, and it's doubly disgusting for Mark, for
Yeah.
Brooke, and for Simon because you played this before. You
Yeah.
know how quickly a vote can change. You know
Yeah.
how quickly power shifts, and yet you still act like that when you get a little ounce of power for a day.
Yeah. But did they get power? They're in the minority.
Did they? They still in the minority.
Yeah,
I
like
just please go, Ree. Please, because I will vent.
oh, yesterday I revealed my big pet peeve. I think we found yours.
Yes, we did. Because it's a problem for me. I don't like and here's the thing. I am never going to be like, oh, I'm more annoyed over this group of people acting this way than this group of people. No, they're both equally annoying. I'm never going to be like, this person, I mean, they did it and it was, no, it's not okay when they do it and it's not okay when they do it. I don't, and here's what's going on with this tribe and with this season. I'm starting not to find a lot of these people likable.
Yeah,
Likable. Like, I respect gameplay, but do I
yeah,
like most of these people? No.
nah,
And now add Jackson and Ben to this unlikable list because that is so annoying. I just it's not likable. And Ben, especially in this episode. And see, here's the thing. The highlight was Ben in this episode because he feels like this Davo character is starting to take over his brain. Because this man is in confessionals trying to put on shows and it's
yeah,
looking like vaudeville. It is not fun. It's not
yeah,
it's like you're putting on caricatures of what you think somebody in power should look like or act like or talk like, and it's like, oh, I you think you could like. We're gonna talk more about him throughout this episode, but I just
yeah,
it just
yeah,
doesn't do my heart well hearing.
no,
I don't like it when people get into power and they want to act like them. Like I would feel like if I get into power, I want to act like I still don't have any power. Because if I continue to act like I got all the power, other people go notice and think, yeah, she got all the
yeah,
power.
yeah, yeah, and especially if it's combined with being shitty to the sorry my language to people that are on the bottom and have no way of saving themselves.
Though, and especially now. Oh, especially now. Because we are getting into the jury phase of it all. We find out in this episode that we are going, the next person eliminated is going to go to jury. So now, even now, you have to play this a whole lot
Yeah,
smarter.
absolutely.
You can't be kicking folks on their way out the door. You can't
No.
shove the door closed in their face like, all right, bye, click. You have to finesse this
Yeah.
because even though people are game players, they are still people.
Yeah. True. And even if there is more, even if the jury is more strategic and leaning more just yeah, we go game only. Even if you think so, why would you want to risk that? there's a chance that you end up pissing off the jury with that kind of
Right.
thing.
It's so it's so funny. It's so frustrating. It's so wild. So I'm like, okay, okay.
Everyone's arrogant now.
It is like likable people ratio to likable people is very almost off balance. It's like I don't like half these people, but I do like to watch the foolishness of the gameplay. So, but man, rooting for
Yeah,
certain people is hard work. It's
yeah,
hard business.
yeah,
But even in that, seeing Mark have to go to Ben and Ben is like, okay. Then watching Jackson and Ben do their little, moments of we have this power, gloat, gloat, gloat kind of stuff. We then have Simon. Now,
no.
Simon, I have been defending you this entire season. I have been a Simon defender. I've been like, yes, I'm excited for Simon. I wanted you. I love Simon. I was like, yes, Simon's back. Let's do it. And you've been doing really well up until this point. And now you showed your whole hand to everybody in this
Yeah,
vote. You did. But
yeah,
and that's not even the worst part. It's fine that you showed your hand. It's okay you showed your hand. But I need you to stand 10 toes down on your
yeah,
hand. Like the hand is shown. There's no way to retract the hand. Like you can't unsee what they just saw. And they saw you go against what they thought was the Beauty and the Beast Alliance.
yeah,
You they three of the members of the Beauty and the Beast Alliance saw that you and Brooke were not part of the Beauty and the Beast Alliance.
yeah,
So
yeah,
now so now you just need to own that. But
yeah,
Simon is like still under the impression because, that his social game is so great, which it was. It was good up until this point.
yeah.
But he's like going to Ben and Jackson and he's like, so what you got, lads? What we doing? I'm like, and they looked at him like, what
Oh.
you doing? Like, what you mean? What we doing? What you doing? We thought you was down with the Beauty and the Beast Alliance, and Marcus isn't a part of the Beauty and the Beast Alliance, but you went against that, and he was like, "Well, yeah, I did, but I do want to show that you all can still trust me."
Yeah. Yeah.
And Ben and Jackson were like, "Yeah, bro, yeah, we can
Yeah.
still trust you. It's cool. You vote with us this next round. It's all good."
Yeah.
And he like, cool, cool, cool. And he walked away and they look at each other and was like, I don't believe a word he said.
No.
I
Yeah.
don't believe
That's
nothing.
that's and it was the vote yesterday. I think the Lottie one on its own was okay
Right.
because it was a majority, but this rich one, yeah, I
That
think
tip.
it was a mistake. It was a mistake.
It was like he just showed him and Brooke literally tipped their whole hand
Yeah.
to the Beauty
Yeah.
and the Beast Alliance. Was like, yeah, no, we're not with y'all. We're with here. And it's just
Yeah.
like I feel like Simon was trying to still be in that middle, but
Yeah.
it was going downhill very, very fast for Simon.
Yeah.
Like everybody was like, if Simon don't win the necklace, we could actually go for Simon.
Yeah.
And everybody was talking about it.
Yeah.
Everybody was like, yeah, he can
Everyone.
go.
Everyone.
Every single person but Simon was saying Simon in
Yeah.
this at the beginning of this episode. And it was like,
Yeah.
oh no, oh
Oh
no,
no. Yeah. Oh
oh
no.
no. I was like, oh no. Well, Simon.
Oh.
I said, hopefully he win the necklace because
Yeah.
if you don't, ooh, it's boots for you. It's a
Yeah.
wrap. Because
Yeah.
everybody
Yeah.
was like, yeah, Simon. Mark was like, if I gotta give up one of them,
Yeah.
it needs to be Simon.
Yeah.
But and they kept saying, because I mean he can win these immunity challenges, he can beast his way through, blah blah blah, and I'm like, yeah, he can. But are we forgetting Brooke is there also?
Yeah,
And he okay,
he
I
can.
feel
Me and
like
Brooke can just alternate.
also with anything. And here's my thing, I'm like, okay, okay, Lana, all right. I'm starting to feel like Aisha because my tunnel vision is on Brooke right now, and I'm like, are y'all not
Yeah,
seeing Brooke? Who's
yeah,
here? But okay, but that's because every time they mention challenge beast or whatever, I'm like, every endurance challenge we didn't
yeah,
had so far, she's won,
yeah.
or she was very
Very close.
close to
Yeah,
win every endurance. And what is the last challenge of this here game? An
yeah,
endurance. Do I want to be in the final three with Brooke or final four with Brooke
yeah.
and an
No.
endurance? Absolutely not, because I'm losing. So I'm like, are we? Yes, Simon is a threat. We gonna have to get him out eventually. I
Yeah,
agree with that sentiment a
yeah,
whole 100%. But I'm like, y'all can't keep. They keep taking their eye off the ball, and they like letting Brooke just slide by the wayside. And we know she can find idols.
yeah.
So I'm just kind of like, okay, but
Okay.
that's a little irrelevant to this here episode. But I just want to throw that out there. But
Yeah.
everybody on the tribe was talking about Simon. Everybody was like, Simon,
Mm,
Simon, Simon. And I was like, this is
yeah.
not good for Simon.
No, I was worried for you. Like, oh no, this is so classic downfall episode for Simon.
I was like, this is gonna be the biggest downfall ever. And like I said, classic. Like he in his confession was like, I have the best social game. This is gonna be amazing. When we take these newbies out one by one, I'm just like, oh no, oh no, oh no.
Simon,
I said,
stop
no.
talking. Stop
I
talking.
was like, stop talking, Simon. You're gonna go. Oh my God, he's gonna go. He's gonna go. Like I was like, this is not good. It was classic. Like watch the king fall by the
Yeah,
wayside, and I wouldn't even call him the king. Watch the prince just lose
yeah,
his throne before he even becomes king. Like it was.
yeah. And it's also like he did this to do the returning strong to protect Mark. But when Mark was told like, "Hey, you could if you show us if you're willing to throw another returnee under the bus for us, then we'll work with you." And who did Mark name?
Quickly, without
Yeah,
hesitation, without
yeah,
thought.
that's that part. Especially, he didn't even have to think about it. He
Mm-mm.
didn't seem to even feel really like conflicted over it
Nope.
or anything like that.
He wasn't.
Yeah,
He,
yeah,
he wasn't. He was not conflicted about it at all. It was
yeah,
like, they want one, I'm gonna give them one.
yeah,
Simon.
yeah. And yeah, I hate to sound so petty, but you know who would have felt conflicted about it? Who would have
Ah,
tipped you off about this? The
Simon.
man you just voted off.
Oh, Rich. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. Rich would have been like, ooh, Simon? After
yeah,
all he's done to protect me? Ooh,
yeah,
what? Mm.
yeah, yeah. And I think Simon posted something on Instagram like that. Apparently, in the hectic tribal council, Richard, like very shortly before they voted, he said something like, "Sorry, man, I have to go with the vote here against Mark. Nothing I can do," or something like that. But so okay, so maybe he's shown that okay, I can go against the vote, but yeah, he would at least be respectful about it.
Hmm.
While the other people in the game, they're not telling Simon anything.
Yeah. It's quite interesting how this is
Yeah,
playing out in front. But like Simon was like, he was the guy. He was the
yeah,
goat that the scapegoat that they were going to push under
yeah,
that bus. And it was like, And like you
Yeah.
said, no qualms, no questions, no
No.
consideration, no thought, no back and forth. Like it could be Brooke, it could be no, it was Simon right away.
Yeah. Yeah. And
100%.
it was, yeah. And it was before immunity. So they
Right.
couldn't have
Before
been like,
anything
yeah,
happened, it was
yeah, yeah.
wild.
And
It was wild.
yeah, it's like, oh, this really reveals how big of a mistake that was. Because
But
he was not as, yeah, he was not as close to them as it looked
uh,
like, or he thought.
exactly.
So, yeah,
Exactly what he thought. But
yeah,
we do go to the challenge and we find out it's a reward challenge because it's a reward challenge. They didn't do one the other day, so we do a reward challenge.
yeah.
And the reward challenge is that they are going to have to um what was the first part? Good lord. They had to what was the first part of this challenge? Jeez. I know
What's
they had to
this?
make the poll. Oh,
Oh, the
sandbags.
pool.
Sandbags.
Yeah,
Sandbags. Yeah, they had to get the
yeah, nice.
sandbags and they had to stack it up so somebody could
Yeah,
get the key
yeah,
from the sandbags, unlock the gate. Oh no,
yeah.
no,
Yeah,
no
they had a,
sandbags to get the
yeah,
sticks. Okay,
yeah.
yeah, sandbags up. Somebody to
Stick.
get the sticks and the rope off. Then they had to build a long pole. And once you build the long pole, you have to make it sturdy enough so you can reach through the gate and get the key, and then unhook the key off the pole and bring it back to unlock the gate. Once you
Yeah,
unlock the gate, you climb through, and then somebody's going to do the slingshots, and you have to get the 5 balls into the net from the slingshots. First team to get 5 balls through wins. But since there's a odd amount of numbers, 5 and 5, the 11th person is left out. They had to draw rocks. If you got a green rock, you're on the green team. Purple rock, you go to the purple team. White rock, you get to select which team you are going to place your bets on who's going to win. If that team wins, you join them for the reward. If they lose, you go back to camp with them. This challenge, I said it yesterday and I say it again. I don't know how random this is, but for every challenge that they have had a team challenge that they will randomly put together, Simon, Jackson, and Ben end up on the same team every time.
yeah. You said that, and I saw it. Now I see it immediately. Like, again.
Again, they are on the same team. And I was like, what is happening? And then they threw in Laz and Keely to round out that 5 person team, putting Sally, Mark, Brooke, Caleb, and Blanche on the other team.
Yeah,
Cameron got the White Rock, and duh, he picked he picked Simon Jackson being Laz and Keely's team.
yeah.
Because who wouldn't? Stevie Wonder and Ray Charles would have saw that team and picked them.
It was so imbalanced.
It was so imbalanced, and I was like, "Are you kidding me? Are you freaking kidding me?
Oh,
What is going on here?" I was
yeah,
floored, flabbergasted. I was like, "What is happening with this?" But they are the teams, and this thing went just what we thought. Like it was a blowout. It
yeah.
wasn't a like they
No,
that team destroyed the other team.
yeah.
Destroyed. It was no
um,
question about it. Destroyed that team. Like they got up to the sandbags, being literally just needed 2, 3, or 4 sandbags to be stacked so he could reach up there and
yeah,
unlock. They
yeah,
made they pole. They had their time to take the pole because they didn't. The other team was couldn't get the sandbags up fast enough. Brooke was too short. Caleb had to climb it like a koala bear to get up there
yeah,
and get the. There wasn't enough sandbags tall enough for him to get up there, so he had to climb it and get the ropes and the sticks untied. And then by the time they got their sticks and poles together to attempt to go through, attempt I say because it broke
yeah.
when it went through. By that time they did that, The other team had finished, they got their key, brought it back, had four balls in the net. When they pole broke, it wasn't a bump. It was
No.
an annihilation.
Yeah.
It was an annihilation.
Yeah.
It was sad.
Yeah. It was like, I'm glad it's over.
Yeah. It was so sad. It was the saddest thing I've ever seen. And it was a really dominant win. Insanely dominant win. But they got to go to the tea room for some survivor tea. And so of course Cameron of course was happy because he chose the right team because
Yeah.
duh. Why wouldn't he have chose the right team? So they go to the tea room. They go to the tea thing, and it's a scroll. As they see all these beautiful pastries
Yeah.
and big old thing of tea, and just champagne and everything. Lots of stuff, sandwiches, finger foods, just fun things. But then they see the scroll,
Yeah.
and then I was like, "Oh, we know what this is." And this is this challenge I absolutely hate with all of my being. It is the most disgusting thing I've ever seen in my life. It's the most and this one was even the most unfair and unbalanced challenge of the
Yeah.
way they did it before. Um, so the scroll says that this is only one person can go into the room at a time. Everybody knows they're looking for an idol.
Yeah.
Everybody knows they're looking for something in there.
Yeah.
They decide to pull sticks. Um, Laws got to go in there first, but
Yeah.
you just ring the bell when you're ready for the next person to go out. Like no rhyme or
Yeah.
reason for time. You
No.
just ring the bell whenever you're ready for the next person to go out. This is so stupid. This is so stupid. I mean, and here's the thing: I get the risk of being last
Yeah.
in a room like that. It's a risk of being last, but it's also a risk of being first or in the middle because you never know when somebody's going to ring that bell on you.
Yeah.
And now you're like, do I spend my time looking for idols or do I eat? Am I hungry? Yes. But do I need survival in this game? Also, yes. So
Yeah.
you try to do both. But this is why I don't like the challenge because this is the most disgusting thing I've ever seen. Last time they did it with the spaghetti and I dang near threw up.
Oh.
Because seeing people put their dirty, dirty hands in that spaghetti and other people have to come behind it and eat after. Ugh. Ugh. But in this case, people were sticking their hand in the tea carafe, just sticking their whole nasty, dirty paws in the tea that you expect me to drink afterwards. And they
Yeah.
grabbing everything and it's just putting their hands in their mouth and then touching most stuff. We just got through with a whole coronavirus in this world. And I don't care what you say, it is not gone. It is not completely over. And you expect me to come behind somebody who done dug and touched on everything, put their hands in their mouth to eat food, and then touching on everything else again. Then they stick their same hands that they had in their mouth in a carafe of tea. You expect me to drink? No. No, baby. No, baby.
Yeah.
Not me. That was so gross to me. It wasn't as gross as the spaghetti because I found the spaghetti was more
Yeah.
disgusting than this one. But still.
Oh, yeah. I kind of like the strategy part of it,
Mm-hmm.
but this challenge happens nearly every season, so people know what to expect. So they kind of broke the meta, and so
Mm-hmm.
yeah, everyone is now just tearing this whole place apart to find an idol or an advantage or anything like that. And I don't think they will ever really, in terms of entertainment,
Here's
champions versus contenders too. With
right.
himself, David, in the popcorn.
Yeah.
You're not going to stop that ever.
But here's the thing for me, because like you said, this is a Survivor Classic. This happens every year. You know it's going to be something. my brain would have been, it's in two places.
Yeah.
It's either two places. Looking around that room, I would
Yeah.
have been like, it's either in two places. It's either in that tea
Yeah.
or it's in that rice.
Yeah.
Because those were the biggest two things to hide something in.
Yeah.
Like, you're not going to hide an idol on a little plate full of sandwiches and figure.
No.
Now, maybe might hide a scroll in the
Yeah.
sandwich to say this is to take you to an idol, but
Yeah.
I'm looking for an idol because every year they give you an idol in these things. They don't give you scrolls to a clue to an idol. They give you an actual idol. So
Yeah.
I will be looking in the biggest containers in the room, but everybody want to go, and in this instance, and for me, and this is just for me, I would have rather just gone last. If I'm not going
Yeah.
first, I would rather go last because last, I know I'm not gonna get no food. I'm not worried about that. And if
Yeah.
somebody finds it before me, it is what it is. But if they don't find it before me, I have time to look and
Yeah.
see. But no, I would have volunteered to be like, I'll go last. Y'all can have at it. Cause honestly, I my and I'm not even that germophobic, but in a moment like this, I'm very germophobic. And I don't want to be in the middle knowing that people done dug their hands and everything.
Yeah.
I just rather know that I'm not gonna eat nothing and I'm not gonna drink
Yeah.
nothing. Like, it is what it is. I'm good. I'd rather take the time at the end to see what's left over.
Yeah.
What do I see has been turned over, what's been touched,
Yeah.
what's been moved around. And because I would always suspect somebody found it before me. If I don't find
Yeah.
it, I suspect somebody finds it before me.
Yeah.
But that's just me. Maybe I don't know if that's a strategy that anybody else would employ, but that's just me.
Yeah. I don't know. See, I think you can't really like. I don't know if you maybe maybe being last you or first you can say
Mhm.
that, but I
Right.
don't think you can push anything else. They usually do the drawing sticks or rocks or anything like that.
Hmm.
Make it fair. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm all about making it fair. And
Yeah.
if it was me, like I said, if it was me, I would volunteer to be last. I'm like, if
Yeah.
I can't just be first, because you can't say I'll go first, and everybody be like, I'm like, you know what? Honestly,
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I'll go last because I'm not gonna be digging through there. And because why I would say that is what happened in this challenge. Because let me just get this out of the way real quick. Keely, you have just become on my unlikable person list too. And it's only because of one comment that you made throughout this challenge.
Mm.
And I find that very microaggressive, if you will. I find it very like, why? What is it? Like, it's like she was like, should we just take the time from Cam? Because he's just annoying. And I'm like, what did that man do to you that she's just that all of a sudden? And like, I would have been perfectly fine if she would have said, you want to take the time from Cam because he didn't participate in the challenge.
Yeah. That's or
That would have
even
been like,
yeah.
I'm like, that makes sense. He didn't do nothing,
Yeah.
so he doesn't deserve to have as much time. And if I was Cam, I would have volunteered to go last because of that.
Yeah.
Show
Yeah.
good
That's
faith. It's
fine.
time to start showing good faith in these games. Like, hey, I'll go last because I didn't get to participate, so I didn't get to do all that stuff. Y'all need to work. Y'all should go before me.
Yeah. Yeah. That's fine. And
And that's
yeah.
annoying for me. Like, I'm like, that's a little frustrating. I need Cam to start thinking about this game
Yeah.
more strategically than thinking he on vacation.
Yeah. Like he makes a comment that kind of reflects that at some point.
I did. And here's the thing, and I don't know. Maybe he's been doing some stuff that we haven't seen that's very annoying, and
Yeah.
that's okay. If he is being annoying, that's fine.
Yeah.
She has every right and her
No.
feelings are valid to say that. I personally didn't like it, but that's just a
No.
me thing. That's a me thing, and that's fine. Cause like, and then I didn't like how she did it. Like, should
Yeah.
we take this time? Cause he's annoying, and he was in there for what? It felt like a minute, and ding, ding, and I'm like,
Yeah. Oh, that's quick. Yeah.
It's just
I thought, yeah. I mean, I thought you were talking. Yeah, the comment makes it. It wasn't about being annoying. It was about the not the thinking in the moment. Uh,
hmm
yeah, about Keely. Like, I think if she had just been like, yeah, like you said, well, he didn't participate in the challenge. He just
hmm
guessed correctly. Or if she had just been like, Ben, I wanna, I wanna work with you, and so I'll ring the bell for Cam, so we have both, so we will both have more time, or something like that. But yeah, the annoying thing is kind of like, oh, where do these comments come from?
right. It's it's just like
Yeah,
I don't know. But
yeah,
Helios end up last.
yeah,
Everybody goes through, and everybody's doing what they do, and they're eating or not eating, searching, and sticking their hands and everything. And
yeah,
Keely gets so much time,
yeah.
so much time as the last person, and it's smart gameplay for her to do that, to rush
Absolutely.
people so she can have more time. I get that. I get
Yeah,
that. That's very
that's
smart for her to do
yeah,
that. And she ended up with so much time that she was just able to watch the rice fall out. And lo and behold, the idol is in the rice.
yeah,
And she just digs in there and grabs it up really easy, like, and
yeah,
nobody knows the wiser.
yeah. Good for her.
Good for her.
Yeah, she's strategic. We can
She
give her
really,
that.
I will definitely give her that. She is definitely doing that. So I'm like, cool. Good on you. I think she was smart for how she played it. Did I like how she said things? No, but I think she was smart
Yeah,
for how she played it. So good on
yeah,
her for that. And then she got this idol for being so rush, rush, wait.
yeah,
like she rushed
yeah,
everybody and then it was wait for me. But good for her. So they get back to camp. I didn't realize it was gonna take them that long because they get back to camp just at night. So
yeah.
it's like they did this whole challenge. It was daylight outside, and then they get back to camp, and this is late, late night. So I'm like, oh, okay.
Wow.
Wow, that was a long. Either the sanctuary was long,
Yeah, or the trip back to camp.
right?
Uh, what is it? Oh yeah,
Yeah, they come back, and Keely tells only Mark
yeah,
that she has this idol, and I'm like, okay, that's
yeah. Cool.
understandable. I understand that completely.
Yeah.
Um,
And they're also very worried that Simon found something.
are they worried for Simon?
They,
Mm.
I see in my notes I wrote something like, "Did Simon find something?" Yeah.
They were like, everybody was like, no, nobody found anything. They don't know. But I would be like, somebody found something.
Yeah.
Somebody's lying. Like somebody found something, and I would just have to be like, out of the five of these people in my brain, one of them found something, or six, because Caleb was there.
Yeah.
I mean, Cameron was there. So out of these
Yeah.
six people,
Yeah.
one of them
Had
found
something.
something.
Yeah.
We know the drill. We know the game. We know what this thing is about. So somebody found something, but we don't know who. We don't know who.
Yeah.
They didn't know who. We knew who. But
Yeah. And
um
Marcus.
and Mark knows who.
Yeah.
But yeah, so they go on like him and Mark and Keely celebrate about her finding the idol. He's like, I used mine last night and you find it today. That's so great. Oh my gosh, it's amazing.
Yeah.
Like good for you. Good for both of you. Um, we get more of the Ben show
Yeah.
where Ben is still acting like he's the king of the castle. Still, still, just him and Jackson are like two men just high off life, being in their britches. They know what's happening. They have their lonely minions who's going to do whatever they say do. All we have to do is throw him a name, and if we throw him Simon, everybody's into it.
Yeah.
Everybody will be into it,
Yeah.
so we don't have to worry. It's
Look at-
Simon.
Oh, they did make one funny comment about Simon. About
Mhm.
Simon acting like a one-armed man in a factory or something.
A fan factory, folks reading the newspaper or something. I don't
Yeah.
know. I was like, "What are you saying, Ben?" But sure, because Simon was definitely coming up trying to figure out how how they were, what they were doing, if the votes
Yeah.
were going their way, and da da da. Even though we have not had an immunity challenge yet, but okay, it was coming quick enough, so everybody was kind of just like, "Yeah, we got to figure out what we're going to do."
Yeah.
So
And
yeah.
he gets the. I'll let you know if I heard something, but I know it's. I don't think it's you.
Mm, right, right. I heard some things, but I don't think it's you. Don't you worry about it. Hmm? Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. But we get to the immunity challenge. And the second they showed us what this immunity challenge is, I knew who was winning. I knew who was winning. I said it's between two people who about to win this challenge. And none of them are gonna name Mark or Simon or Jackson or Ben or Caleb or Cameron.
Yeah.
or Laz or Lottie
Any
or yeah or Blanche.
Blanche.
No, or Keely. Like I
Okay.
knew it was between
Uh,
two people who, in my head, I thought was going to win this challenge because it was the Clary Classic Survivor Challenge of standing on a balance beam, holding a bow,
so,
making sure the ball doesn't roll off the bow.
yeah.
And I said, who has been good with balance and endurance?
Yeah.
Sally and Brooke. That's who I was predicting was going to probably win this. I said
Yeah.
Sally and or Brooke could win this challenge easily because I don't think anybody else is going to
No.
be able to make it. I didn't think it. I was like, that's not going to happen. So everybody gets in position and everybody's doing well for the first 10,
Yeah.
15 minutes and
Yeah.
nobody's dropping. We move to the next 30 after we move up. 30 minutes later, we move up again and nobody's messing up too bad. Then all of a sudden, Keely drops.
Yeah.
I was like, oop, okay, there go Keely. Knew that. Um, And then everybody was doing really well up until then Laws drops. I was like, yep, knew that.
Yeah.
Okay. Um, and then we move up again. I think it was like an
Yeah.
hour in.
Yeah. Say three. And Sally, I think, fell off too, and Caleb.
Yeah, when Sally fell, I was like, oh, well, I know who's winning.
Yeah.
I said, well, Julie. I thought she was gonna last longer, but Sally fell,
Yeah.
like you said, and then Caleb fell. And then Jackson fell and Cameron fell, Blanche fell, Mark fell.
Yeah. And Cam and I think and Cam
Cameron
and
and
yeah.
Blanche tried
It's
to start doing all this,
distracting.
but Sally was like, y'all should talk, y'all should talk, throw her off because they wanted to throw off Brooke, which
Yeah.
yeah, you
Yeah.
should want to throw off Brooke. So Cameron started to talk to Blanche like, yeah, that was hard. Like my legs were shaking. Did you see that? It was shaking so. And Blanche was like, it was hard, hold it up. And Brooke is like, could y'all stop talking, please? She's like, oh, I'm sorry, Brookie. Sorry, Brookie. I'm like, and they stopped talking.
Yeah.
Me personally, I wouldn't have stopped talking. I would be like, girl,
So,
you can't tell me what to do. I'm
but
so sorry. I mean, I know that probably wouldn't be good. Look, then that would have added on to the annoying factor of Cameron, which I get it.
Yeah.
I'll be that annoying if you need me to be. Which makes me think that maybe he is annoying and maybe Keely wasn't wrong. But I still didn't like the way she said it. Even though she might have been
Mhm.
right, I don't like the way she said it. So I'm gonna still stand by that. I'm gonna still stand by that. But
Yeah.
I didn't
Yeah.
like the way she said it. But he could be annoying, which is fine. Which is,
Yeah.
her choice, her preference, her belief, her thoughts. I didn't just like the way she said it. But anyway,
Mhm.
I still would have been annoying. I still would have been talking. Like, you gonna tell me to stop talking, girl? This is a free
Yeah.
country. Nobody said we had to be quiet. Like, what you mean? But they stopped talking. That was nice of them to stop talking. But I'm like, if we go, the challenge beasts need to get thrown off their throne, and I don't know how we're gonna do this, but
Yeah.
but it would have looked bad in front of everybody to do stuff like that. So I get it, I get it, I get it. Still got to play the game. Um,
Yeah.
but eventually it comes down to Simon and Brooke because Ben falls off, Jackson falls off, all the people fall off, and it comes
Yeah.
down to Brooke and Simon. And I'm like, are we not noticing a pattern here? If
Yeah.
Simon's not winning challenges, Brooke is winning challenges. If Brooke is not winning challenges, Simon is winning challenges. Both of them would have to go
Yeah.
in my eyes. But I
Yeah.
get
Yeah. And now they could be alternating all these different challenges. And they don't, they only have, and in that way they only have to win half of the immunities.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. But eventually Brooke
Look, uh,
wins the challenge again. And I'm like, y'all should have got off on that other beach when y'all had a chance and you didn't. But okay. All right. Well, Brooke is now immune, so she can't be voted out. And again, this is where the fun begins. When we get back to camp for the scramble. This season, the scrambles have been quite entertaining. I
they're very
feel
good.
they have been
Very good.
quite entertaining because we get back to camp and everybody's like, Simon, right? Simon, Simon, Simon.
Mhm.
Simon it is. Simon needs to go. He didn't get this necklace, so it's his time.
Yeah.
It's
It,
Simon, y'all.
yeah.
Everybody agree? We all agree? It's Simon. But there's always one.
Yeah. It's never that easy.
It's never that easy. It's always one. And the one who I was like,
Okay.
hold on, hold on, what you finna do? Caleb was
Yeah.
like, you know what? I'm sick of this. I'm sick of being the underdog. I've been the underdog my entire life. I've been underestimated by people my entire life. And I feel like they are doing that on this beach. And I had enough.
Yeah.
I have had enough.
No.
So therefore, I will no longer be the person they bring the plan to and tell me what to do. I am going to be the person who makes the plan happen. So Chaos Caleb is back in the building, but in Caleb's way, not the chaotic Caleb that they continue to call me. See, they say chaotic Caleb.
Yeah.
I'm Chaos Caleb. And you know what, Caleb? I am about to do something I didn't think I was going to do in this season with you. But I am going to give you my stand card. My stand card is going to you, sir, because the way you created so much balanced and good chaos during this scramble was everything. It was everything I wanted and needed to see. Like, he said, okay, hold on, hold on. Everybody is saying, Simon, let's figure this out. Ben, 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 come here, Ben, come here, come here, come here. After Ben had this conversation with Mark and they all agreed that Simon was the one. Everybody agreed Simon is the one. We had group meetings and group chats and everything was like Simon, Simon, Simon. Simon says Simon this, Simon's gone. Period.
Yeah.
I can't wait to write down Simon's name. That was what's going on. Everybody was excited. And Caleb said, halt on that plan. Ben, Mark is telling us that it should be you. And he gonna get his people to vote for you. And Mark is like, I mean, Ben is like, excuse
Yeah.
me?
Oh.
Oh, we just had a whole, he was like, yeah, that whole conversation y'all had? Lies. All lies. So now Ben is like, okay, okay, all right, all right then. Just like we put the vote on Simon, we can flip it back to, okay. So then Caleb is not done yet.
No.
No, he's not done. This man goes to Mark and was like, hey, so they throwing your name around. And Mark is like, but we just, yeah, yeah, that was a bait and switch that my friend, they were saying saying Simon,
Simon.
they switched it to you. It's you. Mark's like, shoot, this is not what I wanted. Dang it. And he was like, what, who would you think? So he's flipping out. So Mark goes to talk to the four, and they like, so what should we do? And Mark is like, I got Caleb. We can get Caleb as our fifth, and we can make the vote because they're splitting it. So then Caleb come back to me like, yeah, they split it between Mark and Keeley, which is true. That's what they decided to do because they were like, we don't want to dump it all on Mark and he pulls out
No.
this idol or something. So we need to split it. Caleb, Mark and Keeley.
Yeah.
So Caleb was like, yeah, I can share that little information. That ain't gonna hurt nothing. Because, So we still got the numbers to switch it to Mark and Keeley. So he tells that side, they split it between you and Keeley. And they're like, oh, two on Keeley, four on Mark. And so Mark is like, well, if the four of us, if all five of us vote for, well, who do you want? The four was like, we need to bring Caleb in and make Caleb look and make Caleb feel like he's the one making the decision.
Yeah. Yeah. Simon suggested that. It was his good
No, it's
reading.
Keeley. It was Keeley.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Keeley was like, we should just let him pick, make him feel like he's important, make him feel like
Yeah.
he. And I was like, oh. And I'm like, yeah, let me. No, 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 no. You're right. It was Simon. No,
Yeah.
it was Brooke. It was Brooke. It was Brooke because it was a woman who said it. It was Brooke.
Okay.
Keeley was the one who said, but we need to push him towards Ben.
Yeah.
Yeah, Brooke said we need to make him feel important, bring him in, and let him make the decision. And then Keeley was like, yeah, but we need to push him towards Ben. And so they did. They brought Caleb into the challenge, into the group, and was like, hey, so what do you think we should do? We gonna follow whatever you say do because we want, since you're, getting all this information for us, we want you to decide who do we go for over there. And Caleb was like, I mean, I don't know, Ben is the one leading the charge. No, he said Jackson at first. He was
Yeah.
like Jackson because Jackson has some beef with me. And they
Yeah.
were like, Jackson, okay. If they would have just stayed with Jackson, I think Caleb would have been okay with that because what you just proved to this man is that
Yeah.
you told him, we will listen to whatever you say and we will let you do it and we will follow your lead. You do what you want to do. And then the moment he said the person you didn't want him to say, but what about Ben though? So now you feel like you telling him again what to do, and he
Yeah.
just supposed to follow along with your number. You just told him whatever he decides, you will do. And now you're like, but what about Ben though? Isn't he the head? Shouldn't we take out the head? But this man just told you Jackson because Jackson and him got beef.
Yeah.
So we're not willing to actually listen to what I'm saying.
No, they're not. Especially when Mark talked to him privately.
Again, you just don't
Ah,
seem to you don't seem to understand what you are doing.
no. And I literally wrote down once again, he, meaning Mark, can't just be happy and take what he can.
He has to take control. He has
Yeah,
to lead. He can't just follow what
yeah,
somebody is saying in a moment for this one vote, because I really feel like if they would have just agreed with what he said, what Caleb said, and deal with what Caleb was going to do, it would have went that way maybe. And it would,
yeah,
even if it didn't, I think it probably would have went that way. And I think Caleb would have realized that, okay, maybe they do see me as a valuable part to this alliance instead of a number.
yeah.
But what they did, what they showed was that they don't.
No,
And nobody's realizing this. And this is why I am giving Caleb my stand card, because I really feel
yeah,
like this edit showed that Caleb is getting very far in this game, if not winning.
yeah, it was so good. Like the music, especially when he had his confessionals, and that little shot of him peeking through the bushes.
Through the bushes. Just
Yeah, and
I
then he
was
calls
like,
it.
I was like, oh, this is cinema. They
Yeah,
talking and Caleb just sitting there looking like,
yeah,
I was like, this, my friends, is cinema.
yeah. Really like the wrist guard.
Like the Riz God, this is cinema.
I loved it, and I will say when they were talking and they did their pitch before they immediately changed their minds again. For a minute, I was a little worried because Caleb's eyes really lit up when when they were saying like, "Whatever you want, we'll go with you." Blah blah
Mhm.
blah. I
I
was like,
think he was
"Oh
so
no,
like, finally, people are listening to me.
yeah."
And they immediately threw it in the trash. They
Yeah,
immediately threw it in the trash. Because this man said, Jackson, we gonna listen to whatever you say. We'll do whatever you decide. You tell us who to vote for, that's who we vote for. Jackson. Well, what about Ben? So that is so like, hey, which shirt do you like? This red one or this blue one? Oh, I like the blue one. I'm gonna wear the red one.
yeah.
Then what the heck did you ask
Um,
me for?
yeah, it's just like I understand when people like, okay, maybe I can get a little bit more out of this, but sometimes you just gotta be like, I'm happy, I'm safe, my allies are safe. I managed to mend my fences a little bit with a very important number,
Right.
and this is going to get me off the bottom. And Jackson is not a bad target either. He
No.
literally Ben's right hand man.
You want a weekend Ben? You take Jackson away from him.
Yeah,
And then you go after Ben next. Because guess what? Ben ain't
yeah,
won a challenge individual immunity yet.
yeah.
Like, it's just,
It's and yeah, I don't really like to weaken this person either, but the previous vote you clearly showed you don't particularly care about going after the people directly after you. So,
right.
so and again, Jackson is fine as a target to get out.
It just, oh, I just could not believe they did that. So Caleb was like, yeah, okay, Ben is fine. We can do Ben. Sure, I'm okay with that. And I could see the wheel in his head, like, no, I am not fine with this.
No,
This is BS. Like, you say you go listen to me, and when I tell you something you don't, you just showed me everything I need to know about you
yeah,
and
yeah,
what y'all think about me.
absolutely. It was that pattern thing that we talked about yesterday, and the pattern is just going to continue.
Mm-hmm.
Like it
Mm-hmm.
wasn't even one vote that it looked like Mark was going to take him on board and make him feel part of the team. Not
Right.
even one vote.
It was crazy. It was crazy. But now the target has shifted. It is now off of Simon and is
Yeah,
on Mark and it is on Ben.
yeah,
It was now like who's gonna go? So here
yeah,
I'm like, oh gosh, okay. Which way is it going to fall? And it really solely lied on Caleb. What
yeah,
Caleb decided, which is why when you put yourself in that middle position, it's a dangerous game. It's a
yeah,
dangerous spot to be. But man, if you can make it past this and make it to the end, you always have that move to
yeah,
claim as your own move. That is
yeah,
going to be forever a Caleb move. Like nobody else can claim that they had anything to do with that, but Caleb. You can get in the jury. Everybody know it. They were like, yeah, Ben came back and told us to do Mark, but why? Yeah, Mark came back and told us to do Ben, but why? All roads lead back to Caleb.
yeah,
So if he makes it to the end, he can put that in his resume, and that's a move he make. And he got rid of the person he got rid of because he decided that.
yeah,
Nobody else. He was the vote that decided that.
yeah. I think when we did the Traders UK with Logan, we had also like the people that ended up winning. We had a moment where we we're like, if they end up winning, this is the episode where they won it.
Yep.
And if Caleb ends up winning, this is the episode where he won it.
Yep. Absolutely. He can do some more moves.
Mm,
They just go add to his resume. But this is the one
yeah,
that's gonna be the one that's like, yep, this is what won it for him. And please. But we do go to tribal council. And woo, again, tribal council is interesting.
yeah, nah. Oh,
It was
nah.
wild.
Now, while you were talking about having your own move to claim, Brooke
Mm-hmm.
makes a really interesting and pretty valid point in that, if everyone just dumps on one person, who gets the credit of who got this person out?
Caleb was like, hold my beer, let me show you how it's done. Because yes, I agree with Brooke. When you want, and I agree with Simon. We said you have to differentiate your game from other people.
Yeah,
You do herd mentality the entire time. Everybody's move could be considered everybody's move, and not just one
yeah,
person's move. And the jury is looking for a difference in the games and whatever. But
yeah. And
also,
yeah,
you still because see everybody was saying things and I was like, I agree with that. I agree with Simon, I agree with Brooke, I agree with Cameron, I
yeah,
agree with Caleb. And I was like, all of these make sense because yes, when Cameron was like, right now we need the numbers. We need the majority. You have to be in the majority to make your plan, work.
yeah,
So in this moment in time, right now, it's fine to be in the majority and and taking care of the moves at the majority. Now, it is going to become a time, like Brooke says, that you have to make your moves for
yeah,
yourself. And a move needs to be made, and you have to be able to claim it because when you're sitting in that jury, and you say in the final tribal that this is my move, but three or four other jury members are like, wait, that was my move. No, that was my move. Then that becomes a problem. You have
yeah,
to be able to make your move and say, this was me doing this move. And I played some games, survivor like games online, where you get to the final tribal council, and I'm like, did I make the full moves? Did I make like moves for me? That was just my move. And some games I'm like, no, honestly, I did it. But what I did do was make sure I was in the right position to know everything.
yeah,
I might not have been the loudest person in the room making all the moves, but when the moves were being made, I knew everything about it. I knew what was coming. I was never in the dark. And that's because you surround yourself with people who trust you enough to tell you the moves. or who want
Yeah.
to work with you. Even if you got to flip it up and switch it up on the people who you're working with to switch on the person who you want to sit out, who you might have been working with the next day. I positioned myself in a place where I was never out in the dark.
Yeah.
So I might not make the moves, but I know how to make sure I knew what the moves were.
Yeah.
And I think that is a strategy in itself. And so I get that whole you need to differentiate, but sometimes you just have to be at the right place at the right time.
Yeah. And depending on the jury, if you're sitting there with like one or two of your besties who are in the jury, you can be like, and then we bonded together and we got this person out. And I
Hmm.
would, yes, I wouldn't be able to do it without you, but I'm so happy that we did this together to
Hmm.
really strengthen this bond. And we were able to do this together because I had two amazing allies
Right.
right there. Yeah.
I'll say, and I, even with your allies, sometimes my allies can be my shields.
Yeah. That too. Can
I just
definitely,
knew who to place with me, who I worked with, who I knew y'all would go come after them before they come after me.
yeah, that this
And so
could
I
be,
got it got me here and they got them there. Unfortunately, I would have loved for us to all be here, but one of some of us had to go because for that very reason, I didn't want our games to be so parallel and we both sitting here.
yeah. And that could, yeah. And that could then be a reason like that could be an argument, fair argument, and like you improved that about differentiating yourself, but
Hmm.
you don't have to do it every single round.
Exactly. It's so many ways to play Survivor. It is not one way that can win every time. There's no set protocol of how you can play to win it. You just have to feel what's going on.
Yeah,
And juries are unpredictable. You
yeah,
never know what they go want and what they go look for and how they're going to react to how you played the game. I don't know. I just feel like you just have to play it and see. You just
yeah,
never know what the jury is going to do.
yeah. And obviously, it's a scripted show, so they do give a little bit. If it's a good fair edit, they do tend to give you hints and clues
Yeah.
that yeah, this is what the jury is leaning. But like in Big Brother, the season that I watched live, I have been really surprised before.
Mhm,
And,
mhm.
and I wasn't just watching the episodes; I was watching feeds too,
Mhm.
and still was pretty surprised by how the jury ended up voting, or even just one or two jurors who I had not expected to vote this particular person.
Right, right.
Yeah,
Absolutely. I think that's what the whole fun about juries is. You
yeah,
just never know. You never know what their mindset is. You never know what they talk about when they're sitting together in jury
yeah,
and how they like compare stories and compare notes and what they come from, what comes out of that comparison is like, oh, he said this or she said that and we did it. Oh, I don't like them no more. I ain't gonna vote for them. Or,
yeah,
ooh, they did that. Or they like, oh, I like that. That's the fair reason to vote for them. You just never know. So I'm like, yes, jury management is one thing, and that's one thing I like. Never kick them out the door. You never
no,
send somebody out the door pissed off at you. But you also never keep people in the game because you feel like the jury won't like it if I do this, or play up to the jury every time you're at tribal council trying to make big moves just to make big moves, and the big moves don't mean nothing. It's like
yeah.
I don't know. One comment that got me, and I was like, "Hold on, editors, are you trying to tell me something?"
Oh,
Is when Mark said in his confessionals, "I would love to make being the mayor of Ponderosa," and I was like,
mm,
"Hmm, I'm sure you would. I'm sure you would. I'm sure you would." I found it to be so funny. But this tribe, we had some whispers, not as much whispering as like the other
yeah,
days, but it was some whispers because they were like, "Do they got a little paranoid listening to what Brooke was saying about differentiating, the things. And Brooke was speaking facts. She was speaking knowledge.
Yeah.
She was dropping some bars. But it kind of spooked the newbies. They were kind of like,
Yeah.
do we change it up? Do we keep it the same? Do we just all dump? And Ben is like, no, stay strong. Stay strong. We just do what we do. It is what it is. The outcome will be the outcome, but stay strong.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, stop getting so jittery. And this is one time we didn't hear Cameron say, I got a bad vibe.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
What
if
was
Cameron ain't saying he got a bad vibe,
that?
everything is fine.
But somebody else on your draft inherited paranoia, the very valid paranoia for that tribal,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and also the
Well,
right person.
yeah. Yeah. It was like, oh, Simon was a little nervous after a while because at first he was
Yeah.
cool, calm, and collected. Then he got a little nervous. I was like,
Yeah.
you should have been nervous earlier, but you cool now. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. And lost too.
Lost was a little shaky,
Yeah.
shaky. She was like,
Yeah.
should we? That's what she was asking. Should we? He was like, stay strong,
Yeah.
just stay strong. But we do get to vote. And I was like, and what we knew Keely wasn't going to use her idol because she said it earlier in the episode that she don't feel like the
Yeah.
idol is necessary right at this point. And Marcus like, yeah, definitely, you don't need it. You
Yeah.
won't need it. We got this. We got this. We got the votes. So the votes come back. Nobody uses an idol. Um, so the first two votes go to Keely. And she's like, okay. Then the next two votes go to Mark. He's like, okay. The next two votes go to Ben. He's like, okay. And then the next two votes go to Mark. He's like, okay, that's 4-2 to 2. Then the next two votes go to Ben. 4-4 to 2. One vote left. And I was like, I was holding my stand card. I said, Caleb, if you do what I think you need to do, it's yours. If you don't and you fumble this bag, I'm putting it back in my pocket. And he did what he needed
To
to
do.
do.
Yay.
You own this stand
Stand.
card, Caleb.
Yeah.
You own it because that was the best move you could have done for you.
Yeah.
Because what is the point when they still in the minority?
Yeah.
Just send Ben out the door. Just to piss off the rest of those people over there.
Yeah.
And Mark was goop, gagged, and betrayed because he just knew Caleb was going to be on his side. And he just knew it was going to be Ben. And I kind of thought for a second, it could be Ben. It could be Ben. Which if it was Ben, I would understand.
Yeah.
I don't think Caleb could have went wrong in any situation. If he would have picked Ben, it would have made sense. If he would have picked Mark, it would have made sense.
Yeah. I was like, maybe he's trying to like regain the trust or something, and then in the next episode he would make the move on Mark or something like that
Mm-hmm. But
to make it
no,
a real blindside.
I thought it was so funny. I thought this was so funny to me. It was very satisfying for me to watch this outcome. Um, and honestly, if Ben goes next, I wouldn't be mad at that either because honestly, he getting on my nerves too.
Yeah.
Because we went from very quiet Ben, who I was like, oh, he's so sweet, to
Yeah.
what we have now, and I'm like, who is this person?
Hey.
Who are you?
No, I'm late. Uh, oh yeah, who is an entire different person.
Whole new person.
Yeah. Like he had like a twin inside him, and he unlocked it once they got to merge.
Baby, that twin said, "Okay, enough, Mr. Nice Guy. Here I am. Davo is here." It's like
Bravo.
Davo is here, and he is not going to be quiet about it. And I'm like, bring back Ben.
Yeah.
I don't know if I like Davo.
Maybe a
It's
bit of both.
yeah, a little bit of both wouldn't hurt.
Yeah.
Like a nice balance of Ben and
Yeah.
Davo, but full Davo, no, thank you. Absolutely no, thank you. No, thank you. But he did what had to be done. Caleb,
Yeah.
you ate. Mark, congratulations on being the mayor of Ponderosa.
Yeah. And
You,
he did have a really nice exit.
yeah, they gave us standing ovation and everything. I was
Yeah.
like, what we standing for? But
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah. Respect.
respect.
Yeah.
Respect it is. I'm like, great, sure. Okay. But let's do it. Let's quickly do it because we have to. We do our draft update. Team
Logan.
Logan,
Logan.
you then took another hit. You then took another hit. Um, you are holding on to Jackson in a dream.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I thought it was me. I was like, I started this episode.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh dang, Simon, it's gonna go. It's gonna be me. And then by the end of the episode, I'm like, oh, Ben is about to go. It's gonna be me. Like either way
Yeah,
it
I
go,
was very worried.
I said either way it go, it's gonna be me. And this time I said, and here comes the domino effect, drop, drop, drop.
Yeah.
But no, we
No.
got to switch up, and
Again.
again, and it
Yeah.
went to Mark. So Team Logan has lost yet another person in the draft.
Yeah. And you have still have 4 people. Really
Yep.
strong.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't see it holding on that much longer, Ree. I feel like I'm
Yeah.
hanging on by a thread right now
Yeah.
with both Ben and Simon. Um, yeah, and then I think Cameron's gonna be that. We need somebody everybody want to get out,
Yeah.
and it's gonna be Cameron. No hush, no muss, no
Agree.
fuss. Like, who knows? But yes, I'm holding on to the 4. Ree is next with her 3. Then
Yeah.
there is
Uh,
Jack holding on to 2,
yeah. With
and then
Jackson.
with Jackson and Sally, and then Brooke and Logan are holding on to one person in the dream. Jackson for Logan, Caleb for Brooke, which I think Brooke, you still might win this
Yeah.
draft. With all the people who's left, I think you got the winner on your team. I think you got the
Yeah.
winner, baby.
I think it's possible. Like he lost uh yeah, let's see. He lost 4 people pre-merge. Brooke they lost yeah,
Yeah.
right. And might still win it. Still win.
Yep.
Yeah, sure.
He's probably going to win this because I really feel like
Yeah.
they just gave Caleb the winner at it. And if he
Yeah.
does, if Brooke, if you win, I would not be mad at you for because Caleb is
Yeah.
eating this up. He got my stand card, and that's just what it is at this point. So,
Yeah. And I can see Brooke and Keely for my draft go pretty soon.
mm,
And with Blanche, kind of similar with Cam, I'm now leaning more towards I can see them either go home soon as like an easy consensus boot or make it very far because they're just not seen as a threat.
yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. But what a week! What
Yeah.
a week we've had with Survivor.
Oh,
It's been a week, and it's not over yet. We are good on Australia. We need this is our break. We need a break after this 3 days of this incredible survive, amazing, but wild. So we are on our break for the rest of the week for Survivor 50, but not a break from Survivor because I mean Survivor Australia, but not a break from Survivor because we do have Survivor 50. We might have a schedule change for our Survivor 50. So be just hit the notification bell when you subscribe to this channel because we might have some changes happening with our Survivor 50 coverage. We are working that out as we speak. So just stay tuned. Follow us on this channel if you haven't done so already. Hit the notification bell so you won't miss the time when we are going either live or we are dropping a video. So let us know what's happening. Let us know what's going on. Please support this channel. We truly appreciate you. Follow us on this channel and all of our other channels. All the links will be in the description below, as well as our audio podcast links and our Patreon links, and all of our socials at The Cut Pod on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Blue Sky, and where you can get your merch at lanagcreations.etsy.com. That link will be in the description below, and the QR code there at the right of the screen will take you right there. Whew, me and Rhea tired, y'all. We are tired. And we got to get out of here because we have talked enough. We have no more things to say about Survivor Australia until next week. So join us back for that and all of our other things. You can stick around though. You stick around and watch more of our videos. All the videos playlist will be in the description and in at the end of this channel and all the things. So watch more videos, follow us, and we're gonna get out of here. So cheers, everybody. Bye.